Hey Tim, it's Doug. You're going to think I'm nuts for sure, but I went to the earthquake in Italy, and it was a magnificent experience. I mean, it was just so wonderful to be back helping people, doing good again. The first time that I felt alive in 8 years, since 9/11 and getting poisoned. I did an awful lot of good. Protection Civil were enthusiastic to receive the Triangle Life information. The firefighters, when I showed them my ID as government of Peru ID and badge as captain of the National Fire Department of Peru, and they were just absolutely thrilled. I met with actually on 3 different occasions. I was going to do something and meet with some people, and I thought to myself, why bother? It's a waste of time, and just bureaucrats like FEMA or state bureaucrats in California who really don't give a damn. They're only interested in their own selfish interests and getting money and all that bullshit, from duck and cover and crap. Afraid of wrongful death lawsuits and all that bullshit, so they don't give a damn about the people and give them the right information, to save their lives. At any rate, then I said to myself, you know what, I don't care what they do. What's important is what I do, and I need to do the right thing. And I 3 different occasions, I put myself in the hands of God, and I said, God, please take me, and it was that same experience that I used to have all the time, I'd go call inside a class of buildings before I got hurt, 911. And, God, the church St. Francis of Assisi, which, was the largest church in the world for hundreds of years, it was damaged in the earthquake, and I went in there, it was night, and dark. And within seconds of pulling in, I see this friar, and I stop and pull the car off the road, and I get up and I talk with him, and I told him, look, I have this DVD, and I took there's about 50 DVDs with me, and I'm sending one to you, by the way, but the DVD had 3 different videos in it. One video was BBC television, where they made a documentary about me, and it followed essentially my life. It showed me college class buildings, saving people, saving a newborn baby, class maternity ward, saving a little girl buried alive in Turkey. And then it showed me 911 crawling under the rubble and all that black crap and all that shit and poisons I ingested, just covering my body and everything. And then it showed me having medical treatment with standing in front of shelves full of all the pills and prescriptions and all the crap I was doing. And so it followed, and then it said, it'll take at least another 5 years of medical treatment for the poisons to come out of Doug's body and all that kind of stuff. And then the middle video was the one I did with the world's largest producer of safety videos in Texas, and we sent a film crew here to interview me and to do it. And it essentially, says the Triangle Life and all the information. And then the third video is one of where the Chinese television sent a film crew here, and it's in English and Chinese, and it was a half-hour broadcast of 500 million people about Triangle Life and how to survive earthquakes. So essentially showing a government sort of document as well. So I had a video, and I said, look, I had this video, and I explained it to him, and I said, where are you from? And it turns out it's Juan Pablo Chavez of Mexico. And I said, look, my wife's in Mexico right now visiting her family, and da-da-da, and it went on and on. And I said, look, can you help me with some contacts at the Vatican to have the church, spread this? We'll save thousands of children's lives every year. And he said, hey, there's no need to do that. We have a worldwide conference of friars taking place here right now. And he said, I'll present it to them. And I said, here, hold on. I went, I come back, and I gave him 30 of them to distribute to the 30 best hearts and best souls of the friars to go back to their countries and teach. And we wound up embracing each other and just showing up, literally showing up. People must have thought we were nuts. But, all things are possible with God. I mean, I felt so good about it that, to be alive again, and doing good again, that I've decided that I'm going to continue doing this. I figured with your help, and I want to tell you, I had 11 attacks while I was there, so I want to give you the info on that. But maybe you can give me a medical kit, because if I can go to 6 or 7 disasters and help people like I did there, I would prefer that to living this life at home of just sickness and misery every freaking day. So, I'm going. I'm changing my life. So, I didn't go crawling into collapsed buildings like I used to. And thank God there was, such a simple disaster that was nothing, complicated enough that I was the only one that could do it. So I wasn't forced to try to do it. But I did have 2 big attacks, and both, strangely enough, were on the plane. The other 9 attacks were just, my lungs started hurting, and I just, things like that. So I took prescriptions and the inhalers and all that kind of stuff, and got away from things, and it was okay. But I guess that dry, hot air on the plane, going over, I honest to God, I thought I really struggled to stay alive. That's the way I felt. And then coming back, I had this splitting headache. And, you could split a rock with it. And actually, the poison's been coming out through my hands, a lot of lesions in my hands. But on the way down the back of my neck and my back, but also, it's really strange, and this never happened before. I got right here on my cheeks, I got huge blisters, like they were burnt with a fire or something. But the size of a silver dollar. In fact, I still have like scabs, and then I actually, my vision got really blurry, and I think I passed out. So if you can help me somehow with that, and also I need to tell you about, you don't know this, but just before I left, I was in the hospital too, because I had a bad attack where, the pollution caused my blood to thicken, and my heart couldn't push it through, my blood through my lungs, so my heart rate went up to 249, where I was 150. From 120 over 80. They gave me whatever it was, it was some kind of, among things they did, injection in my blood that's in my blood. And that worked. They wanted me to stay in the hospital overnight to give me more tests to see if I had a stroke. And I didn't want to do that. So I signed papers to waiving responsibility on their part, and I left. But this arm has been tingling ever since then. What I ask you to help me with is